Hello everyone, welcome to the world of nursing exams learning. So we'll start with our today's question. A client recently diagnosed with schizophrenia is hospitalized. The client appears distraught and says to the nurse, "The voices are bad today. They are so angry with me." Which of the following is the best response by the nurse? I will reword the question. One client, she is hospitalized and she is a case of schizophrenia, and she approaches the nurse. While she approaches the nurse, she looks so anxious, distraught, and she said to the nurse that the voices are not bad, not good today, and they are so angry. The voices, what the voice in the client, what he is listening, it's making him so angry that the voice, and the client is anxious, and the client is not feeling well because the voices are very bad today for him. Which following is the best response by the nurse? So out of all this response, which could be a good therapeutic response the nurse should make when she will listen or when a client approach and make this particular statement? So that is the question. The option 1 says, "Do you need something to help you calm down?" Option 2, "Don't pay any attention to the voice, let's go into the day room." Option 3, "If the voice are not real, tell them to go away." Option 4, "What are the voices saying to you?" Okay, in the previous video, we already studied some of the clinical features of schizophrenia, and we know that hallucination, delusions are some of the features of schizophrenia. When we studied that one, we said, okay, how to approach a client or what kind of therapeutic response should make when a client will make such kind of statements. Based on those understanding, what do you feel or what do you think could be the right answer out of these 4 options? Which could be the right answer? See, the option 1, we will see one by one. The option 1 said here, "Do you need something to help you calm down?" Here, okay, the nurse, she is asking the client, "Do you want something?" So when she will ask in such a way, it is not focusing what the client made or what the statement made by the client. The client, she is so anxious and so distraught, so disturbed today. Already the client made the statement, and she's again asking, "Do you need something else?" Okay, it's okay for a normal patient, but in the mental health scenario, this is not the appropriate statement based on the things what we studied in the previous videos. And the option 2, so that we can just ignore, we will just keep the option, leave the option 1. Option 2, "Don't pay any attention to the voice, let's go into the day room." This is like a judgmental. Excuse me. This is like ignoring the client statement or ignoring the client present situation. Just you go, don't think anything, go to day room. It's not going to help anything in the client. It's not going to make the client comfortable. So that is also not the correct answer. So now we have eliminate option 1 and option 2. We'll see what are the options. "The voices are not real, tell them to go away." What we studied previously. When the client makes something and that is maybe real for them, and we should not directly ignore or we should not make any reasonable or logical thinking or logical reasons to convey that it is not real directly. We should not do that. First, we should make the client comfortable based on the statement what the client make, based on the feature, based on the clinical feature what the client is, and we should make them to comfortable. Then we will just ask, what does it? That is the thing. We should not directly tell this is not real, because in the client mind it is real. Then how can I say? If I will say directly it is not real, the client will get angry more. They will not make any, that is not going to create any trusting therapeutic relationship. The client is not going to share his disturbed thought anymore with the nurse. So that is also wrong answer. So now we have eliminate option 1, option 2 and option 3. Now what is the answer? Yes, option 4. What is option 4? What are the voices saying to you? Okay, the client make this statement, and nurse, she should approach the client in a very calm and quiet manner, and she should ask the client, okay, I understand you listen something. Okay, what does it says? And then they should say, okay, the thing what you listen, it is real to you, but I didn't heard that sound. This is like a command auditory hallucination. So this is, we call it as command auditory hallucination. When the client shows a symptom of command auditory hallucination, we should try to understand the thought or meaning behind that particular statement that is there in the client's mind. So we know, when we will understand that meaning, when we will understand that disturbed thought process, we can make some interventions that is going to help the client. See, here the client said, the voices are bad today, they are so angry with me. So something like client feel some harm to somebody, or he feel that there is some unsafe situation. And in such scenario, the nurse try to first understand the thing, and if the client is so angry, or if in a command auditory hallucination, basically the voice will tell to do something to the person or the patient near to their room or in that particular area, so the client may going to attack that person. So if we will know, if we will make a moment, or we will make a conversation to understand the meaning in a very common quick way, we can prevent that situation, we can prevent any problem related to this one. So that is the one we have to do. Some of the other points related to this particular hallucination topic is that hallucinations are the false sensory perceptions. They may have no external stimuli, they don't have any external stimuli, and they can occur in any any of the five senses, like auditory hallucinations. These are some of the common hallucination type, auditory hallucinations and command auditory hallucinations. Then another one are like visual, tactile, olfactory, and gustatory hallucinations. So these are some of the type of hallucinations, and that are connected with the five senses of our body. Then some of the additional points that we have already discussed, but again will include here. Some of the ways to deal with the hallucination, or the deal with a client who have an auditory hallucinations. The nurse can tell the client that the nurse knows the voices are real to you, but are not heard by the nurse. So when the nurse will approach the client, very calm and quiet, we already said that, very calm and quiet, and tell, okay, the thing or the word that you listen is real to you, but I didn't heard. Could you say what does it says, or what is in your mind when you listen that sound? And the nurse and the client with hallucination should be directed to reality oriented activities. And that is also a point that nurse try to make the client to divert or directed to a reality oriented activities, rather than further discussion of the content of that hallucination. Should not make any long conversation based on that particular content of hallucination. That is going to disturb the client more. Just try make the client in a very calm and way, and approach the client, and try to just direct the client in a reality oriented activities or reality oriented situations, but should not make any much more discussions or challenging or arguing based on that particular statement made by the client. So this much points are related to this particular question. Hope it's clear to you, and we will try to add some more questions on the coming videos. And this is a series of topics and some of the main question areas that we usually see in mental health nursing. So bye for now.